As part of the community engagement workshop held in Cleveland's Hough Community Center, an ideation workshop for residents of the Hough Community neighborhood was organized, where they could express their visions for the community and the park to be designed, as well as their concerns and needs. Community-centric design was at the heart of our design and research process, as we examined each artboard created by the community through the lenses of the types of programs they want, the kinds of connections they want, the character they envision this park having, and, most importantly, how this park will benefit the community. These drawings show how we converted the graphics pasted on the artboards during this community engagement workshop into words and compiled them onto a single blank canvas. With the thoughtful advice of Western Land Conservancy, our team decided to work within the Clean Ohio grant constraints for the Hough Community Green Space and envision an aspirational master plan that catered to community needs that were not eligible for the Clean Ohio grant. Our principles contains 4 aspects. The first is to retain. We intend to keep the main features of the community space, particularly the amphitheater, horseshoe playgrounds, and Thurgood Marshall Recreation Center. The second is to connect. Connect is the primary design element. The main design intervention is the connection from Hough Avenue to the Hough community's interior residential area. Other walking trails have been incorporated into the design to improve connectivity and create nodes that will serve as the space's main activity points. We hope to connect Village Family Farm to this large community space programmatically rather than physically. Then comes strengthen. The main goal of these design interventions is to strengthen the neighborhood's already existing social character through community congregation and regular community engagement by providing spaces that are flexible and can adapt to any community need. The social and commercial value that the Village Family Farm provides to the community will strengthen the community space. Finally, the community is able to thrive. The ultimate goal is for the community to develop these well-thought-out flexible spaces over time, making it an incremental development project that adapts to the needs of the community. This is an aspirational master plan in which the current Thurgood Marshall Recreation Center open space and Hough Community Green Space are comprehensively planned with programs that complement each other. And, as one community space, adhere to the needs of the neighborhood. This is where we propose incremental growth, with the community developing this park with the principal's proposed spaces as funds become available. The areas near Hough Avenue in this community space are activated by lively activities such as children's play areas, splash pads, and open gyms that serve people of all ages, making it the active portion of the community space. The Unity Park, which is located a little inside, functions as a passive park, where people walk peacefully and spend their time doing more passive activities, a feeling that was strongly felt during the community participation exercise. Serving as an extension of the community space's backyard. The primary design intervention is the connection between Hough Avenue and the residential neighborhood. These increases encouraged walking through the Hough Community Green Space, providing people with the most scenic, yet shortest route into the neighborhood. Most of the existing paths are kept, with minor changes made where necessary. The point of attraction will be the intersection of the curved and linear paths, which will act as gathering area. There will be a softscape hierarchy throughout the park based on the needs and use of the space. This will allow us to estimate maintenance costs and make better use of our budget. For example, a cured lawn where daily activity is expected can coexist with small scrubs where human activity is least expected. Native flower beds will be used for color and to add natural vibrancy to the park. Mounds are strategically placed to add a layer of varying topography and to create landscapes that encourage informal discussions and congregation. The proposed and sited facilities are based primarily on community feedback and grant constraints. The Hough Community Green Space includes the amphitheater programmatically, while the Thurgood Marshall Recreation Center serves as a pivot for the overall master plan. The trail that physically separated the Hough Community Green Space from the amphitheater has been strategically removed. The Hough Community Green Space aspires to be the more intimate community space, with programs and facilities catering to the immediate neighborhood, whereas the Thurgood Marshall Recreation Community Space is intended to serve as the face of the neighborhood, attracting people from surrounding areas to use it. Through design interventions that blur the physical boundary between community and commercial space, Village Family Farm becomes a part of the overall programmatic design of this community park. The Clean Ohio Grant, the principal inspiration for most of the design decisions for this parcel, encourages naturalization. We used naturalized elements such as native trees, mounds, native flowers, diverse grass covers, and small parcels of permeable hardscapes on this parcel of land. Although not physically or administratively part of this land parcel, the amphitheater and pavilion become the primary physical built elements of our design. They are the elements that tie this property to the Thurgood Rec Center open space. Hough Avenue, which runs through the space, is connected by a curved path. Secondary trails connect to this path from various entry points, forming a trail network. As a result of the high demand during the community meeting, a special trail has been created for residents to walk and exercise on. This trail winds through dense forest, providing both fresh air and shade. We concentrate on some of the technical aspects of the design intervention. The first is the lighting plan. As the Unity Park's proposed operating hours are 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., lighting plays an important role in the aesthetical character, usability, and safety aspects. We value safety as the most important goal, so we have designed the lighting to be bright enough for children, elderly, and disabilities to walk safely during the nights. The lighting elements will also have a hierarchy, with the brightest lights placed on the main arteries and trails where pedestrian movement is anticipated on the higher side. To provide a feeling of comfort, ambient lighting is proposed along tertiary lights and strategic points in open public spaces. Since lighting and its operating costs are typically high, the lighting fixtures we propose are hybrid in nature. They can harness solar energy via the built-in solar panels and then use city utilities to light up the park as needed, particularly during the winter. It requires a significant initial investment but provides a guaranteed return on investment. Planting plan is another aspect. Naturalization, as previously stated, is the primary driving design principle. Plants and their varieties define the character of the spaces we intend to create. To visually attract residents into the park, native trees that change colors in the fall and have attractive blossoms in the spring are proposed on the west side of Unity Park. Native flowers and colorful shrubs have been proposed near the hard permeable surface and grassy areas to add a splash of color to the space. To create a natural signage for the park, a red mulberry tree will be planted on the site. We have also designed 3 themed gardens that contain different species as an educational element while providing beautiful views. To provide shade during the hot afternoon hours, dense foliage along the walking trail and shading trees at a certain distance from main artery roads have been proposed. Wayfinding signages assists visitors in exploring the park's full potential and the public spaces it provides. They will be provided at all strategic locations to improve pedestrian efficiency. We use the Cleveland Metroparks wayfinding standards for parks in the Cleveland area, including the recommended color scheme, interstate font, and approved symbols. Signage would describe the basic functions of the spaces, direct people to important landmarks, and provide information, such as labeling all native plants with their native names and information about them. On the walking trail, distance markers will be placed to assist people in tracking their walking workout. Community boards will be placed at key nodes and physical landmarks throughout the park to keep the community up to date and informed about upcoming events. For the identity of the park, we have designed a set of logos and icons to be used in the park, especially at the entrance point and on the signages. We combine the word Unity with the shape of the curved path to create a unique and representative identity system for the park. Now it's time to take a peek at the future views of the park. At the end of this video, we have some development proposals for the vacant parcels nearby. We believe that along with the park, there should be policies in place to activate the neighborhood, may that be commercial or residential or mixed use, to make it livelier. From our preliminary study of the neighborhood, we observed a lot of vacant parcels around the proposed Unity Park. So we managed to find the area with most potentials, divide them as blocks, and proposed some ideas for the vacant parcels inside those areas. There could be multifamily houses and single families proposed in the vacant parcels on the interior side of the neighborhood. We propose mixed-use building typology, dominated by the commercial character on the vacant parcels present on Hough Avenue, as it has a potential to attract outside investment.